All right, Brian Dable officially had the announcement that Russell Wilson is going to get the start week 2 against the Cowboys. After a poor performance by the Giants offense against the Commanders week 1, Russ was absolutely harassed and pressured the entire game, and he nor the offense could really get going. The offensive line didn't play as well as they did throughout training camp in the preseason. So here's a couple plays I have for you guys that they're going to need to clean up heading into Dallas to get Russ and the offense cooking again in your Blue Rush film breakdown. All right, let's break down how the offensive line needs to get better going into week 2 against the Cowboys, because Russell Wilson needs time to cook. And this is, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I'm not trying to knock the Giants offensive line. These guys are professional athletes. They've watched the tape themselves. They know what they have to get better at going into week 2, going down to Dallas. Russ needs time to push the football down the field, and he just needs time to complete passes to get into some sort of rhythm. So let's watch this first play. It was an incomplete pass on the 1st and 10. Tried to get the ball to Malik Nabers down the field. The Giants pretty much had max protection here with the tight ends chipping. So let's watch the play, then we'll break it down, and we'll go to the tight formation as well, the tight as well. Boom, you see Russ get hit. He's not able to throw the football down the field to Malik Nabers. I don't know what you were watching, but let's watch one more time when it comes to the offensive line play to the left, and then we'll go to the tight. So watch here to the left. The Commanders are only rushing 4. The Giants have 8 in to block. And I'll break that down more when we get to the tight. But you see the spillage here. Russ isn't able to throw the foot, to step into the throw and complete a pass. If you went to practice, I went to a lot of the practices, not only in the spring or in training camp. This was a ball they completed 9 times out of 10. They run this little out route from this tight split, this close split by the receivers. This is a bread and butter in the Giants offense. But what we're going to be watching is the left side of the offensive line. Right now, again, max protection. They're keeping in 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But the thing they're going to do here with the tight ends, they're going to chip the ends and they're releasing to the flats, because you don't just want to keep guys in. If you keep in 8, you're only able to get 2 in the route concept. They're dropping 7 if they rush 4. So it's 2 on 7, 8 on 4 almost here. But right here, you kind of got a 3 on 2 or a 2.5 versus 2, because, again, Manhurts is going to chip and release. So we're watching this left side here between Runyon and Hudson Jr. Let's bring that back. So right now, you're getting a T-E stunt. Tackle goes first, and then the end comes next. The end loops around. So Runyon and Hudson, knowing they've got the double team here, knowing that there's going to be some sort of chip block on the end. Hudson's eyes go straight out to that defensive end. Runyon's trying to push him there, waiting for help here so he can handle whatever else he needs to handle towards the inside. Hudson's eyes are still on the end, and he's not getting his eyes back on this tackle here to help out on the double. Now you've got some space in between this double team here. And this gives Javon Kinlaw, the ability to split this double team and get here after Russ. Hudson's a little high, gets pushed back. Runyon has no work here, so there's no need for him to turn around yet. This looper is late. This looper is like a second line or second level blitzer almost. Runyon can get his eyes to that late, but he's having to hold on here a little bit too much while he's trying to get Hudson to take over so he can loop back around, so he can get his eyes back around and catch the looper. They're late. Hudson's late getting back to the inside to close that inside. If anything, you want to lose that defender going towards the outside, because that gives Russ a lane to step up in. The pocket would be clean if it wasn't for this leakage here. He's not able to throw. He's not able to step into the throw to make that throw from this hash over to outside the numbers, around 15 to 20 yards down the field. It's max protection, so you're gonna push the route. You're gonna allow the route to go even deeper. Russ is getting hit here. Watch it one more time. So this is something that they're gonna have to clean up going into week 2 because it's a copycat league. If you see it, if one team does it and they're successful with it, another team is going to watch it and they run the same stuff. A TE stunt is a TE stunt. Everyone runs it throughout the course of the NFL. But Russ isn't able to step into the football. Unfortunate, incomplete. And you see how much he was still able to get on the football. Look at where he's getting hit. Look at where the football drops. That's a 5, 10, 15, 20, 20-yard throw, but add on extra yardage because he's throwing it outside of the numbers. Still almost gets it there. So again, that's something that the Giants offensive line is going to have to clean up going in to week 2 because the Giants love pushing the football down the field. All right, I got another one for you guys, and I went straight to the tight on this one because I want you to read the communication all around has to get better, and they have to tighten that up because again, you're going on the road in Dallas. It's going to be loud. You see here the snap count. You're going off of the snap count where Van Roten looks back, taps the center, and they'll snap it. It's kind of like a silent count because it's loud. Guys can't hear it. But I want you to watch the sequence play out here. And then I'll rewind it. All right. This was 2nd and 10. This is the very next play after the play that I showed you guys before. So we got the motion. Like this is day one stuff with the motion. So I don't know if the communication got lost in the huddle, but for some reason Theo Johnson looks a little confused on what his assignment is. And when you're playing against defensive lines like the Commanders, the Eagles, the Cowboys, just the NFC East in general, you got to have that communication right so you can protect your quarterback so he can cook. So you see Russ kind of waving to him. Come on, Theo, come on. You saw that there? Pointing. Theo, come on, come on, come on. Theo, look at Theo's hands as he gets a little bit past the center. We call that palms up. Palms up means you're kind of confused on what it is you're supposed to be doing. The ball is snapped, and he's over top of the guard. He's supposed to be out here to help chip again and then get out to the flats. But because there's a miscommunication here, and he's late getting over to his spot, you see Hudson's getting ready for his kick slide. The ball is snapped. What happens here? We have a collision here. This collision not only with the end or the tackle, I couldn't see which guy that was, with Hudson and the tackle, and his teammate throws Hudson off, creates that separation, and again, pocket is clean, but there's leakage right here on this side. Russ has to now get the ball out fast. 2nd and 10, boom. Now that puts you into a third and 4 situation. So again, let's look one more time. Again, the communication has to be there going into week 2. But teams get better from week 1 to week 2 more than any other weeks in the NFL. So again, communication's got to be there. Put Russ in a bad spot. You see him get hit again. That's back-to-back plays of him getting hit. For all those analysts on ESPN that aren't watching tape, that are just calling for Jackson Dart to get the start, you tell me what quarterback is going to overcome getting hit in the mouth 2 times like that on bad communication from the offensive line and tight end or the guys that are supposed to be protecting you. You tell me who's going to overcome that and just make some sort of something out of nothing. Play in, play out. And you can even see Theo a little frustrated there. All right. This is the wide. So I flipped it. My bad, y'all. I flipped it. I showed the wide after so you guys can see the entire play. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're rushing 4 and they're dropping 7. 1, 2, 3. 3 people on the route because you're having to keep guys in to help protect the quarterback. Now, the guy that is open, this flat route, you'll take that any day as a defense. You got one guy catching the football, 1, 2, 3, 4 here in the box. They're going to rally and make that tackle. That's a win for the defense right there. And putting them in a position to where now it's 3rd and mid-range. All right, this is somewhat of a positive because they complete this ball to Malik Nabers. But again, it's another play where Russell Wilson gets hit in the mouth. It was hard for him to get comfortable this game. So we're going to watch Malik Nabers here on the, I like to call them slot fades. Box routes is what we've called them in certain offenses that I've been in. We'll watch that, but we'll also watch Russell Wilson get hit in the mouth. You choose. I'll run it twice, and then let's watch this guy first, and then we'll watch Malik. Come on, man. Great play by Malik. Great adjustment to the football. That's why we're expecting big things from him. We saw he and Dable kind of have a little dust up on the sideline, but both of these guys are competitors. I played with Plaxico Burress. We saw him blow up on the sideline from time to time back in 2007. I never thought of it as him being selfish or anything. I thought Plax played with a lot of passion. Both Brian Dable and Malik Nabers has passions. And plus, when you're the playmaker on the team and the offense is stale and you don't feel like you're getting the rock or you're getting your targets, you feel helpless. So you're going to have, I guess, some frustrations, but you're going to try and pump guys up with your words because if you're not getting targets, you can't pump them up with your play. So let's watch. Let's break this down, and then we'll break down the route and the catch as well because I want to end with somewhat of a positive. Russ does get hit in the mouth here, but they complete the pass. All right, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then Tyrone Tracy Jr. is trying to get the back out. This is the 3rd quarter, I believe. They're down 11 points. You're trying to put some sort of drive together to put some well-needed points on the board. They didn't score a touchdown at all this game. So we got this nickel will blitzing off the edge. Let's not go too deep in there because a lot of people don't know nickel wills and all that. But he has a free rush. He is drooling at the mouth to go punch Russell Wilson in the face. We'll break that down on the tight. So this is a man-to-man coverage. You've got him man, he's blitzing. Bobby Wagner now has to buzz out, play inside on Wan'Dale Robinson. He's not expecting Wan'Dale to go deep because he knows with this blitz that's coming, ball may have to come out fast. So he's just trying to play underneath and jump any sort of short route that Wan'Dale may be running right here. But let's break this down because I'm on the wide. Russ still able to get that ball out. Great play by Malik. First down, but again, you never want your quarterback to be getting hit in the mouth like this. Break it down. Here we go. Now you see him. You see the eyes here. Maybe Wan'Dale could have gave a little bit more of an alert. Maybe, hey, alert. He's creeping. He's eyeing, whatever. Yeah, I'm playing Monday morning quarterback right now, but that is something as wide receivers in the receiver room, we may mention that. Hey, anytime you got some guy up in your face like that, you got an off corner over here, maybe expect some sort of blitz, alert the tackle so they know. Who knows? Again, Monday morning quarterback, but at the end of the day, anything you can do as a receiver to try and help and alert the protection, that's only going to help you because it's going to give you time to get open, and it's going to give your quarterback time to throw the football. So let's watch it here on this left side again. See them trying to figure out, is it man or is it zone? Does anybody go with Tyrone Tracy Jr.? Are they moving with him? Are the backers bumping? No. They're trying to identify the coverage and what else could be coming. So now you got the end, go up the field to draw the tackle. James Hudson Jr. here. You have to set. Center takes D tackle. Guard takes D tackle. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is an adjustment that they're going to have to make, again, going into Dallas, because Dallas may run this same blitz. Could Russ have maybe slid the line to the protection? Maybe if he saw it, he could have slid the line and been able to protect himself. But you know, I don't know what the protection call was exactly, so I can't make that assumption right now. But all I know is this has to be cleaned up, because Russell Wilson does not want to be taking hits like that. So again, I asked the people of ESPN and CBS Sports and everybody on social media who thinks that Jackson Dart, the rookie, would have just came in and just broken all these tackles and ran for a bajillion yards when you've got guys running free at your quarterback, trying to take his head off. Again, big play by Malik Nabers. Didn't get the double coverage. They were able to complete that pass. But going forward, this offensive line and the protection is what the Giants are going to have to work on going into week 2 against the Dallas Cowboys if they want to get any production out of whatever quarterback that's back there. But again, if the Giants want to go into Dallas and beat the Cowboys on their home turf, they're going to have to clean up the protection. They're going to have to protect whichever quarterback is back there, because we saw, again, throughout preseason and training camp, when the quarterbacks, Russell Wilson, Jackson Dart, Jameis Winston, when they're protected, there are weapons on the outside for them to do some damage and them to do some work against these other teams. All right, appreciate you guys watching this week's Big Blue Film Breakdown. Hopefully next week we can break down the dub and I can show you why the Giants offense was cooking and why they could be one of the top offenses in their division. But first things first, protect the quarterback, let them cook. Let's go Giants.